Hey, painting pals! We're on our way to Garycon, and we are about to start playing a new game. Ready, Ben?
Okay, what are we playing?
Guess how many dice Mandy's gonna come home with.
Ah!
Alright, wait. Alright, Ben? Driving? How many? What do you think?
25.
Okay, thinking back to the other cons, I think you're right. Somewhere between 20 and 30.
Well, we gotta play, okay, so we gotta have different guesses.
Okay.
So we're gonna play this by, Price is Right rules.
Okay.
Whoever comes closest without going over. So my choice is 25.
Alright. So you get basically anything 25 or over, you win?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Well,
Yes.
if you get 25 and over, then I get stuck with 24 or under.
I guess you do.
Of course, what you don't realize is I control how many I get. So, I might have an in on this one. But stay tuned, find out. So, all right, we are back, and I don't know about you.
It's late.
I'm exhausted. It is super late. We just got back, and just for you guys, we are forcing ourselves to stay awake and shoot this so that we can get it off to the editors so that you can have it quickly.
So much real excitement. None of this is faked at all.
Well, the thing is, as we start recapping, the excitement's going to come back. It's already starting.
Yeah, I'm working up to it really quick, so, there's that.
All right, so lots of really good stuff that we have to share with you. We're going to try and get through some of it pretty quickly so that we can get on to the other stuff that we want to take a little more time on. And, the real big question, who won the bet?
Ah.
But you got to wait till the end for that. Sorry. I guess they could fast forward, but,
No,
that's cheating.
No
Don't
cheating.
do it.
We might be just a little bit loopy.
A little bit. What are you doing? Quit adjusting yourself. Not on film. It's not that kind of channel. Yeah, it was a long, stressful drive home. Lots of rain, lots of bad driving conditions.
They don't need to know about that. That's not important.
That was... that's where we're coming from.
So you guys know where we came from. We were in Wisconsin this weekend. We went to
Garycon.
Garycon.
Celebration of Gary Gygax. So D&D galore. And I know some of you may not care about D&D, but just like all the other cons, there's stuff for everybody. It is at the Lake Geneva Resort in Wisconsin.
Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Which was a beautiful setting for D&D. It had lots of nature, a country kind of feel, but it's a resort. So, there's a golf course and a spa and all this other luxury stuff.
If it was winter, there's downhill skiing.
The buildings are like stone, all the walls, and
very cool looking stone and timber.
Right. And then they had leaves on the iron spindlings and railings.
It's just an absolutely gorgeous place.
Antler chandeliers. It was just the mood of D&D. It really felt like it. It really fit the atmosphere, and they even altered their menu to be D&D based. I mean, look at these menus. Aren't they ridiculous?
Very cool.
After registration, first place we headed. You're
Big
gonna be
surprise.
totally shocked. Painting area.
Is
Yep.
this one predictable or what?
headed straight to the painting booth, which was Army Painter. And I met Caleb. Caleb is the man I have been looking for, and I did not know that.
Thanks.
Caleb teaches this infamous class on airbrushing. And you guys know I haven't done an airbrushing video because I want to get better at it. I want to, I like to make sure I know and what I'm telling you is correct. He told me all of the techniques to use that he uses in the class so that I could do it myself and learn how to do it. And when we're talking about getting good with the airbrush, we're talking about in this class, it's a 2-day class where you learn how to airbrush well enough to not only paint the teeth on an orc, 75 millimeter orc head, but he said you also paint the plaque on the teeth.
Ew.
With the airbrush.
Ew.
That good. We also did the paint and take that Army Painter had there.
Mm-hmm.
We both...
Cute little puppies.
Yep.
They're so cute.
Painting of little puppies. And we also played with their... that was for their Fanatics line.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also played with their Speed Paint 2.0.
Which is very cool paint.
Very cool. Ben loves it. Loves it. He's talking about getting the mega box. So we will have that coming. Something we did not do, which is the main focus of the entire con, was actually play any D&D games. Not just D&D. They do all sorts of TTRPGs.
There were all sorts of games, and there were official games, like planned games for the event, tournaments, things like that. And there were tons of spaces that was just an open, several open tables. Sit down with your friends, sit down as GM and say, hey, do you want to play? That were going all night, all day.
24/7. Then Ben also hinted at the next thing we started to do. We signed up for a bunch of seminars.
We like learning.
But not just that. We got to learn from some of the top people in the industry. We're talking about the game creators, the OG creators.
The OG GMs. Yeah.
Lots of, this is how we did it back in the 70s.
We did it uphill both ways in the snow. Something about that just seems off.
But, we're talking about most popular Twitch streamers were there, D&D Twitch streamers.
People doing Let's Plays. We didn't have any of the Critical Role people, but I feel like we had people from every other Let's Play channel on YouTube. But
my absolute favorite, and what I'm most excited about...
She's nerding out again, guys.
Which means, it's about gamers. Literally, the gamers. The movies. We were in a seminar with Thomas Gofton. Thomas Gofton. Sorry, I'm horrible with names. But he was the co-producer and co-producer of Hands of Fate, as well as being in it. He was the DM in Natural One, as well as being an executive producer. And he was an executive producer in Humans and Households, where he also was played the jock. So, yeah, a little bit of geeking out, and we got some exciting news. Big news. Secret news. Not really, but...
It was for you, so...
It was. I didn't hear about it. Ben, we're in the Kickstarter for the new one, and Ben doesn't tell me any of the news. So I talked to...
You don't like spoilers. You don't like that sort of stuff.
That's not a spoiler. Anyway, we talked to him, and he said that there are more episodes of Humans and Household coming. They're coming, guys. We're going to get more. And Natural 1.5.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
So there's a lot more coming from them. It's so exciting. So yes, that was fun.
And what else did you do to spend all your time?
I shopped the vendor halls. Now the vendor hall here at Garycon was so different than every other con because they were more artist based. And when I say artist, I don't just mean illustrations.
There was every kind of art you can imagine. There was sculpture, there was woodwork, there was painting, there was leather craft.
Almost everything I got, and guys, I spent way too much, but almost everything I got is handmade. That kind of artistry. So, let's go to the loot. Now, first one we got to talk about is Darlene. Now, Darlene is an illustrator, and moreover, she was the first.
Well,
Yep, we're actually going to let, I believe that's Darlene's daughter.
I believe it is, yeah. We'll let them tell the story.
This is Darlene. She is one of the first TSR female illustrators. And she's well known for her Greyhawk map, which is one of the first maps that Gary Gygax had her do. And from there, she did some artwork in the Monster Manual GM5. This is the title cover right here. And in the back, you have the Demoness and the Mermaid. Other pieces she did in that is right here, a group of, I think, are they droots?
I've seen that.
And over here, another owl. This was also in there. She is also made a game over there, the game of Jasmine. She made that in 1980, which was before like Magic of the Garycon stuff. And it was like 44 years in the making, along with her book right there of like connecting with this Jasmine character and like making a story of it. So we have the first book out, The Story of Jasmine, which is a really nice book. And the second book is in the making, and you can see more updates on it on her Patreon. And I've read some of the most latest stuff, and it's pretty good, actually. So,
All right,
she's good.
Wonderful. Well, we will definitely add Darlene to our suggested patrons. So anyone on our patron page will be able to find her. And where can everybody get get her stuff? Yeah. Website or?
Yeah, darleneartist.com.
DarleneArtist.com.
All right, wonderful. So, very exciting. Definitely go check out Darlene's work. Absolutely amazing. She's the pioneer for the rest of us women in role-playing. So, we definitely need to give her some love.
Darlene was awesome.
Next thing we're going to talk about, here's the name.
Okay.
Oh, take that.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So what is this?
Okay, here's the fun part. Ben doesn't even know what I bought.
No,
He knows some things, but not everything. And there's a few things that I don't even know because they're mystery boxes.
Oh, you were telling me about this. Okay.
Yes, this one I did tell you about. So this is a pre-ordered game. Drunkards, Druggies, and Delinquents. A role-playing drinking game. It is pre-ordered, and what we have here are the cards.
Couple of monster stat cards.
Yes, and these are specifically the Lake Geneva cards, so they were exclusive to the con.
Oh, very cool.
Even if you order it online, you're not going to get these particular cards.
Sorry.
This is art by David Lee Pancake. Pancake, it is correct. I'm not just hungry. So, this work is just beyond. I mean, check out the stall. And, of course, I've got a set of dice, and these dice are awesome. First off, they're metal, so they're pretty chunky and heavy. But they are in the Mandy's Minis purple and teal. So I absolutely love that. And they reside in this sculpted dragon. And
They're protected by the
He-
dragon.
hoards my dice.
We'll have to do pictures so they can get a close-up view of it.
Yeah, we'll take some photos for you. But those are cool
Very slick.
and gorgeous.
Definitely go check. I mean, check everybody out, but
And
No,
this should be the next. Yeah, no,
oh,
this should still be David. Yep.
Oh yeah,
These.
those are gorgeous.
Look at these beautiful earrings. Purple dragon earrings.
I feel like we're QVC all of a sudden.
But
Only.
absolutely stunning. Yay. Oh, my life is a model. So, yeah, absolutely gorgeous work. I couldn't pass up that. So then we got these awesome shirts. You can do that one. That one's yours. And this is Brent Chumley. So again, another illustrator, but you don't always have to buy a print. So Darlene, we got the coloring book, and we got some cute shirts. So you'll see these, I'm sure, in future videos.
They're awesome.
So this is also, it's another set of dice, purple and teal.
How many are we up to now?
Well, don't worry, we'll count at the end. And this is, oh yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce that. Go for it. He's not gonna want to pronounce it either.
Natsukashi.
There you go.
Natsukashi Dice and Cosplay.
So, gorgeous dice from them. So this is Blackie Cat Creations. Alright. And this is more dice, but they're earrings.
Those still count as dice. For the count.
Purple.
Those are cute.
I know,
Purple and
right?
teal again.
But,
They had a bunch of your
But-
colors.
oh, they did everywhere. There's also dragon earrings.
Oh,
And
those are super cute.
I've got D&D earrings.
Sweet.
So these
Ooh, that is a huge D20.
are large, and they're kind of crystally and
They're very pretty.
like a teals, aqua, sea green. Very pretty. It even comes with a
Oh, a D2.
D2.
Slick.
So those are very cool. And then to go along with my other set that matches from Gen Con, except this one is not hollow, and
I'm curious
Is-
about that. Holy crap!
right.
That'll do some damage.
Yes. This one, which is clear and has some kind of a thing inside, black and
Yeah.
shiny and all of that. And then I got this, which is a dice, a D20 with dice inside. And they're, a soft lilac purple. So it's not my purple, but it's a soft lilac purple and that aquish teal, close to my colors, but not.
Oh, and it does open up so you can actually use them all.
Yes, you can use all of them. The
Very cool.
outer one opens.
I
And
thought
you
it was
take out
just
the
like
other
your
ones.
your die in a die,
Yeah,
except it
no.
was all of them.
The double die.
Yes, your double die. That was very cool.
These are Here, you go ahead and open this one up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna open this one. And these are dragon plaques. Ready for painting. But better than that, they're dragons on
Plaques.
so like wall mounts. And these are actually 28 millimeter scale.
Oh, are they?
So if your hero has killed one of these monsters, they might have this hanging on their wall
That's pretty cool.
at that size. We also have a beholder one, which was out of stock and will be shipping to us.
Awesome. That's very cool.
Griffin and Gargoyle. So they have beautiful handmade stuff. Silverware, the backpacks,
Oh, yeah.
woodworking, leatherworking, metalwork, and what I got from them
Cloche.
are little cloches for my minis. And your mini sits inside, and it's protected from dust, and is a nice little display for any special minis. I have vintage 1980s Reaper miniatures.
Oh.
A hobby store. I asked the owner, I'm like, how did you get so many? A hobby store was going out of business years ago, and he took up all their stock of Reaper miniatures and has been selling them slowly at cons.
Wow.
So these are, I had to get, I actually have 2 orcs because these are
Are those pig-faced orcs?
close.
Oh, those. Yeah, that's very close. That's cool.
Norse Foundry. You might remember them because I bought some loot from them at other cons. I absolutely, yeah, absolutely like them. Look familiar?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I got myself a new dice coffin. And this one,
She's not macabre at all.
this one is for my bad dice. Here lies 7 dice. Maybe now they'll play nice.
Nice. Let me see that.
And this is also my purple and teal, but they're way fancier.
Oh, that is fancy.
And they are super nice. They're
metallic, but
but they are just really
they're gorgeous.
beautifully done. And this is the Shattered set, one of the Shattered sets. So you can see it has like that reflection and creates like a prismatic look. And they're clear with just gold numbers.
That's beautiful.
Right? So these are glass. Let's see if I can remember all the rules for them. They don't do well on concrete. They must roll on a padded surface only.
Okay.
Do not throw them at anyone. Most importantly, do not get them wet and do not feed them after midnight.
Ah! Ah!
I adopted a cute little mimic. Okay, but this is beyond. This is beyond. This little guy and a whole bunch of his friends were sitting on a cat tower.
Ah!
Okay? And I'm walking around the con, and I just hear meow, meow.
The mimics were meowing?
They were meowing.
Oh my.
He set them to meow, this tiny little, cute little meow. It was adorable. I could not get, and I was trying to have a serious conversation with him about his work. So this is first edition Monster Mini Series, okay? And it could be any of 13 monsters. We don't know what ones they are. Or
This
what
is
one
cool.
it is.
So from the first first edition Monster Manual?
First edition Monster Manual, yes.
Oh, I have a copy of that.
Yes, you do.
You got a roper. Yeah, it's very cool. It's a sentient plant that eats you.
Nice.
How surprised are you that I actually know what that is?
Not very. I got you the book. You actually read the books. Me, I have no clue what that is. But it's cute.
It is. It's very cool.
Still a win. And
I
this
like
one. Mini dice cups. And there is 8 options or 3 specialty ones.
Ooh.
And it's going to be one of those. So we don't know which one. Now the cool thing is, she said I had the option after I bought them. If I opened it up and I liked the display model better, I could switch it out. More purple dice, guys! More purple dice! Just what I never needed and always wanted. And they're cute. They're mini pixie dice again. Look at how tiny. I've got lots of tiny dice now. Lots of them. And I couldn't be happier.
That's very cool.
That is very cool. Do you know who that is or what that is?
I do not off the top of my head, but
Okay.
we'll find out. So do we have a final count?
No, we need to do a final count.
I don't think we need to count.
I think they might want a final count.
Well, I'm sure they want a final count. But you know what? It's more than 25. Because someone has an addiction. All right, so how many you got there?
7. This is a full set.
Well, full set is not necessarily, just
Okay,
7.
this is a full set of 7.
Okay. So 7.
Well, you know what? They don't need to watch us count.
They don't need to watch us count. We'll count. And
We have a magic number that maybe the fantastic editors can have floating around here.
Yay!
With the actual number, which ultimately ends in way too much. But that's okay.
We had fun. We had a great time. If you like role playing, definitely.
Check it out. You should definitely, I would consider checking it out. Now for me, personally, I don't plan on going back.
You are very, very particular about who you play with
I
and
am.
how you play.
I am. That's why I didn't play any games. I've had too many experiences at bad tables, and I don't trust playing with random people. And unfortunately, that's a guard that I have not been able to let down. I'm not sure I want to, but if I do, this would be the place to do it, because everyone was, these are the serious people who are there to have fun, not necessarily the ones who are there to ruin it for everybody. But even that, it's different play styles, things like that. Not everybody fits at every table. And again, I've just had too many that I don't fit at.
You're just very careful about the way that you play. That's all.
And it's okay.
Yeah. And
So-
the practical upshot is we had a great time.
We did. It was fantastic, and wouldn't have traded that.
was
That
a marvelous
was
weekend.
amazing.
So if you
But
like role playing, if you want to learn more about role playing or anything role playing related,
yes,
look into it, because it's all there.
and if you don't want to do any of that work, stay tuned, because we have a lot more content that we got out of this weekend that you're going to see filtering out, like the airbrushing video and a few other things that we have working on, planned from this weekend. So stay tuned for all of that.
Definitely.
And until next time,
Have fun.
and keep creating.